Well, if something's causing you pain or anguish in your life, you should get rid of it. That's the common wisdom right away, but it's what any self-help book might tell you.
But for one San Jose man, the situation wasn't that simple. NBC Bay Area's Garvin Thomas is here with tonight's Bay Area Proud. And Garvin, tough decisions and incredible resolve.
Jess, we often praise our pro athletes by saying they never give up. Well, Jeff Schmidt could teach them and the rest of us a lot about not quitting. Here's a man who took almost 18 hours to complete a single race, and that wasn't even the tough part of his journey. Jeff's much longer struggle is tonight's Bay Area Proud.
When something is simple, something is so easy anyone can do it, we call it a walk in the park. But for much of Jeff Schmidt's adult life, even that, a walk in the park with wife Jenny, was not simple nor easy. The fact he can do it today, just one amazing byproduct of an incredible journey. One that began 15 years ago on a soccer field in Missouri. Jeff was a star player on his high school team with plans for a college career, dreams of a pro one, until the first playoff game of his senior year. Jeff had just finished saving a goal.
And my leg was up in the air, and a guy comes in, literally laid out, parallel to the ground, both feet up, cleats up, and hits the side of my shin. I knew instantly my leg was broke.
That wasn't the worst of it. Jeff says the leg was improperly set and cast, causing a loss of circulation and permanent damage. For the next 10 years, Jeff lived with constant pain, unable to walk any significant distance. Surgery after surgery couldn't fix the problem. Depression and worse kicked in.
Suicidal. I mean, yeah, it got really bad.
We didn't know how to handle that kind of stress. It was, caused, medical issues, financial issues, emotional issues. It was tough. We went through a lot of really, really hard times.
It got to the point, one day in 2004, Jenny and her mom came to Jeff with a solution. One from which there would be no turning back.
We suggested that he look into amputating the leg.
And honestly, it made me mad. I felt like I had fought so hard to keep that foot and ankle that to suggest getting rid of it to me was like giving up.
It took 3 more years of pain and immobility for Jeff to come around to their way of thinking. Jeff let his leg go and got his life back.
If something in your life is causing you nothing but anguish and you can get rid of it, what do? You get rid of it.
Jeff was not going to waste this second chance. Again, it was Jenny who first made the suggestion Jeff should train for triathlons like she was. He hit the road and the pool and trained, and this year was lucky enough to get one of a handful of lottery spots for challenged athletes at the Kona 2012 Ironman World Championships in Hawaii.
It was exciting. It was exciting because it's a dream.
Jeff says he felt good going in, but rough seas during the swim and a stiff headwind on the bike battered him. The run portion, for him, turned into a walk. Still, Jeff kept going.
I don't like to give up. It's not something that is really in me to do.
4 miles from the end, race officials approached Jeff to let him know he would not make the finish line before the course officially closed at midnight. There was, in their opinion, no reason to go on.
And I said, okay, thank you. I'm going to keep going. So I had come too far not to finish.
He basically ignored him. He broke the rules. You're not supposed to do that.
Tal Johnson is president and COO of Berkeley's GOO Energy Labs, a sponsor of this year's race. He had been taking pictures and soaking up the excitement at the finish line all day, but half an hour past midnight, more than 17 hours after the race started, he was one of the very few people left when Jeff emerged from the darkness. Jeff Schmidt was the last Ironman still going.
Oh, we were in awe, really, all of us. Grown men, experienced athletes who were moved to the point of tears.
Looking good!
And after all those miles, all these years, you'd think the last feat would be easy. They weren't.
Whoa.
Workers had been dismantling the finish line, and signs littered the ground.
That hurt too. I mean, my leg was so beat up at that point that it really hurt.
It did not, however, hurt enough to stop Jeff short of his goal, crossing a finish line to more than just this race.
Going through everything with my leg and the amputation, and to be able to come and finish at Kona, I mean, that was, to me, that it's one of the highlights of my life.
After that incredible performance, some people have taken note, and while he was very fortunate to get in the lottery for this year's Ironman Kona, he may find a way to get in again next year, and you can bet he's going to train extra hard and make sure he finishes this time before midnight.
It was nice to hear the people cheering. You could hear them in the video.
Yeah, he had his own support staff. They stuck with him the whole way.
Yeah, it's very nice. Very inspirational.
Thank you, Garvin.